For Nami and Renekton, which is quite surprising because I don't believe that BSU Overton plays a lot of Renekton. At least from his OP.GG, he doesn't have to play a lot of that. And they ban Lulu in response to the Janus. So they're saying, okay, you know what, BSU? We know what your weakness was. We know what your strength was. It was the Lulu. We have to get rid of it.
Are you certain?
It's very possible. It's one of those things where they could try to pick up a support here. I don't know if they'll go Sona. They might go Tarek here. It might be a better idea. We'll kind of see basically back and forth. But if I was IUK Kokomo, I would definitely be picking up a support here. Or they could go for a Jarvan instead, as there is such a one available for them. I believe. Winky Face comes through. The Thresh ban that was for last game does happen to not come through this time, and so instead BSU Overton picks it up immediately, which is going to go for BSU Draw here. And in response, instead of going for Jarvan, they go for an Elise for Spartan 6431. I am hopeful. I am not hopeful anymore. And it's gone. Nope. I think it's gone. I'm gonna say it's gone. I have never seen the only Anivia I have seen in competitive play to actually do well, mind you, has been the only one himself, Froggen the man. We'll give him a slow clap. Here's the problem.
Fine, I'll just be over here.
They're trying to go. They're trying to call him out. They say, okay, you played Yasuo last time. This time we're going to play it. We're going to go against it. And they know for a fact that it's probably going to be a Jarvan top this time. Now, IUK Kokomo could pull us out. They could switch that to a Jarvan jungle and go Diana top. It's very possible.
Now I'm angry.
It's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's such a crazy thing.
Out.
It's such a crazy. Yeah, this is 4 bans going into an ADC as well. So now we have 4 bans going into support, 4 bans going into ADC. Immediately a Jin picked up. IUK Kokomo has to respond with something here, and it's probably, if they're smart, they'll go for a Kog'Maw or Twitch. I'm No, I think that Leona's good. Honestly, Ragnarok plays a crap ton of Leona. And that is very true, and a lot of the things that she's able to do aren't going to be able to come through very quickly. We do see a TF being picked up from Ball State University, which is a very smart idea in my personal opinion. It's a good amount of keeping globals kind of down, basically. It's going to spraddle a lot better than I think that Anivia will be able to, and it'll kind of keep down the only lane in which I see IUK Kokomo having a chance to win, which is going to be the Twitch Leona bot lane. Yeah. Well, and this is where I see I'm kind of confused about the Jin picks, basically, just because Kog'Maw was still left up, Twitch was also still left up. There was also a possibility. I know that they banned away the Draven, and so it's very good that you could have gone for maybe even something that's Callista bound or something out there basically. To go on Jin just seems kind of like a reliance. Maybe it is like you said before on last game, a nice comfort pick. But as much as it comes here, I'm not a big fan of it whatsoever. I think that a Jin can just get shut down. He doesn't have a good mobility against someone like Twitch or even against Diana or Jarvan or something to that matter. Whereas if you picked, Twitch or if you pick Kog'Maw, if you go Kog'Maw, yeah, you have no mobility, but at least you're doing that late game damage that we're talking. For Nami and Renekton, which is quite surprising because I don't believe that BSU Overton plays a lot of Renekton. At least from his OP.GG, he doesn't have to play a lot of that. And they banned Lulu in response to the Janus. So they're saying, okay, you know what, BSU? We know what your weakness was. We know what your strength was. It was the Lulu. We have to get rid of it.
Are you certain?
It's very possible. It's one of those things where they could try to pick up a support here. I don't know if they'll go Sona. They might go Tarek here. It might be a better idea. We'll kind of see basically back and forth. But if I was IUK, I would definitely be picking up a support here. Or they could go for a Jarvan instead, as there is such a one available for them. I believe. Winky Face comes through. The Thresh ban that was for last game does happen to not come through this time, and so instead BSU Overton picks it up immediately, which is going to go for BSU Draw here. And in response, instead of going for Jarvan, they go for an Elise for Spartan 6431. I am hopeful. I am not hopeful anymore. And it's gone. Nope. I think it's gone. I'm gonna say it's gone. I have never seen the only Anivia I have seen in competitive play to actually do well, mind you, has been the only one himself, Froggen the man. We'll give him a slow clap. Here's the problem.
Fine, I'll just be over here.
They're trying to go. They're trying to call him out. They say, okay, you played Yasuo last time. This time we're going to play it. We're going to go against it. And they know for a fact that it's probably going to be a Jarvan top this time. Now, Ayukokumo could pull us out. They could switch that to a Jarvan jungle and go Diana top. It's very possible.
Now I'm angry.
It's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's such a crazy thing.
Out.
It's such a crazy. Yeah, this is 4 bans going into an ADC as well. So now we have 4 bans going into support, 4 bans going into ADC. Immediately a Jin picked up. Ayukokumo has to respond with something here, and it's probably, if they're smart, they'll go for a Kog'Maw or Twitch. I'm no, I think that Leona's good. Honestly, Ragnarok plays a crap ton of Leona. And that is very true, and a lot of the things that she's able to do aren't going to be able to come through very quickly. We do see a TF being picked up from Ball State University, which is a very smart idea in my personal opinion. It's a good amount of keeping globals kind of down, basically. It's going to spraddle a lot better than I think that Anivia will be able to, and it'll kind of keep down the only lane in which I see Ayukokumo having a chance to win, which is going to be the Twitch Leona bot lane. Well, and this is where I see I'm kind of confused about the Jin picks basically, just because Kog'Maw was still left up, Twitch was also still left up. There was also a possibility. I know that they banned away the Draven, and so it's very good that you could have gone for maybe even something that's Callista bound or something out there basically. To go on Jin just seems kind of like a reliance. Maybe it is, like you said before in last game, a nice comfort pick. But as much as it comes here, I'm not a big fan of it whatsoever. I think that a Jin can just get shut down. He doesn't have a good mobility against someone like Twitch or even against Diana or Jarvan or something to that matter. Whereas if you picked, Twitch or if you pick Kog'Maw, if you go Kog'Maw, yeah, you have no mobility, but at least you're doing that late game damage that we're talking.
Really, really well with this Jarvan.
There is a ping on bot lane. Oh, and Diana's coming down.
Ooh, IUK Como. Can Pseudo and Zestain make it happen? They get the first little bit of CC, but then immediately a flay backwards. This is going horribly, horribly wrong as the Diana jungle gets popped by the fourth shot of Jin. That is God saved coming in, the first missed cocoon, but that's okay. We've still got damage. We've still got CC as Thresh comes in with a nice refreshed flay, and Ragnarok has to flash away.
Yeah, unfortunately, Thresh didn't. He just got the level up, so now he has mana, but he didn't have mana for a hook at that time, and I believe it was probably also on cooldown as well.
Yeah, you get the cooldown refund, but it wasn't quite enough. He had it at level 1.
Oof.
Yeah, red buff Jin. Now they're going to be able to track these this Twitch and Leona down. Now, the problem with engage, again, and when you have a double engage bot lane, is it becomes a problem of, like, basically whoever strikes first, unless it's an incredible engage. Oh, wow. She's still got egg, though. There was no way for that to work.
Yeah, that was not a good idea to do. Twisted Fate did not happen to have a wave. He also happens to have exhaust, so he's not going to be a lot coming into these team fights whatsoever. And Elisa's just not. She doesn't have anything, points in her queue. She's level 3.
Yeah, that was very, very strange. But anyways, I guess the game kind of just keeps rolling along. A hook coming through on Leona. Now see, if they weren't so far behind in a normal lane, Leona could have responded to that just by engaging right back at him. Like, oh, you just drew me in? Thank you, sir. But because they are so far behind, because the Jin has this red, Draher now has a ton of freedom to just go, go, go.
Yeah, and without that as well, it was an unfortunate timing because Jin had just wasted his 4th bullet on there. If he had had another bullet in there, they might have been able to trade off a little bit more damage, but are not going to be able to come through much more than that.
Yeah, they're not complaining, though.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think that this Elise kind of made a little bit of a mistake there. Going to go back in, going to figure out what exactly is going on, and then they're going to look for these wonderful lanes again.
And there's Chemicals with the TP into the mid lane as Draher sits in wait.
Start.
Oh, something's going on here. Let's see if we can get this set up.
Still no flash on Anivia.
The wall comes through, but here comes a stun. Oh, we're just chilling now. Can the whole crew come through to get this egg in place? They're bullying it up. That's a pretty easy kill. Going over to the mid laner.
Yeah, that's a lot of summoners wasted, though. That's a Thresh flash as well as a TF exhaust onto one Anivia that had no flash whatsoever. And even if she did, she was locked down by the Elise and also the Thresh.
No flash whatsoever, indeed. I think that that's one of the problems with uncoordinated teams that don't have like a lot of practice in those minute situations of, calling out what summoners are necessary before the fight begins. But here comes a TF porting in. Doesn't really get too much as Yasuo was already pushed up.
Yeah, a better idea for that. Yasuo didn't happen to have Tornado. Again, this is just a kind of a miscommunication coming through. That we're seeing small things in synergy that are not working well for BSU. Yasuo had saved his Tornado, said, hey, TF, come on up here. As soon as you stun, I'll land the Tornado. We'll be good, Gucci, basically. It would have been great. But unfortunately, that's not exactly what happened. Yasuo wasted his Tornado. TF, does this little gold cord. That's an ultimate down. But, Jarvan Flash. Could have been a kill. Wasn't really.
Yep, I would like to see TF use his ult a little bit more carefully. Maybe talk to his team and beyond just saying, hey, I'm coming. That tends to be what those plays look like. But still, Yasuo with a really strong lead. Let's take a look at that gold. About 200 up. Diana up significantly on the Elise as well after that failed dive in the mid lane.
Yeah, Diana was able to get a kill, as well as she has been farming much more effectively than Elise. Elise has been able to get some more ganks off, which is great, but she wasn't able to get anything else in that, fight bot lane, as well as then also the fight towards mid. She got that 1 assist, so.
And Ladbot going in once again versus Chemicals. Pushing. His ult is about halfway off cooldown, and God save and BSU Draha are just mauling this turret. Even as Diana is nearby, potentially able to counter damage.
Yeah, the best thing to notice is that when you're in Nivea and you play a TP and you're going against a TF, it's fine if you go TP, but you have to use that in an actual case. You can't just use that to TP back to lane.
Here comes Yasuo with the ult up on Darude. Overton trying to make the most of this increased armor penetration, and he almost had it, but the EQ to the rescue. Oh, wow, he's going for everything! The ult return! That is so optimistic, but he does get the kill. But Jarvan right back at you, locking him in under the turret.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good trade overall, honestly. If Overton had been a smarter player there, he would have waited. He got, again, you got an EQ off of that. You already know the flash is down. It's great that you have that, but now your flash is down, and your Yasuo is sitting there with nothing else to do, basically.
Yeah, and it went from like 200 gold ahead to 100 gold ahead, just like that.
Yeah, returning back kills is the best way to get somebody else into the game. You're not going to be able to do it there.
Yeah. Oof. The hook under turret. I want to see more patience from God Save the Draher. You don't need to get those hooks under turret. You've already got the lane. Taking turret shots is kind of unnecessary for the amount of poke that you're able to get.
Yeah, try to poke out when you can, basically. Set it up so that you can do this 4-man, almost even 5-man dive bot lane with the Yasuo TP. But don't be afraid, take your time, be slow, be patient. You guys are already, up ahead, basically. Use your advantages where you need to, and be aggressive where you need to. This should be a good call for Dragon with TP, TP coming in. You know you have TP advantage. You know you have TF advantage as well. It should just be an early Dragon. And you also have Vision around there too. So. Yep.
So I want to see the Elise, and she's on the bot side with only 1 camp to clear, so I expect to see Dragon coming up next. But to their credit, IUK now starting to posture towards that bot lane, set up their own defense, knowing that they've been spotted out, but still preparing for the worst.
Yeah, I think IUK can actually win this in the late game if they do get to there.
There's the hook. There's the cocoon. There's the CC chain. It doesn't even need the TF card. All of that coming through from Jhin, Thresh, and Elise.
Yeah, that was actually a really great coordination coming in from BSU. That was really well played. We'll see how they're going to be able to clean up from there, if they're going to be able to pick off this Anivia, who, again, has no flash.
Oh, there's the first hook. Can he get? No, that's 2 pieces of CC coming through, and then the 3rd, and then the 4th, the 5th, the major chord, the minor 5th. This Anivia is singing hallelujah.
Well, forget everything I just said. I think IUK can still be able to get to that late game. It's going to be so reliant.
Ooh, there comes Yasuo once again, going in on IUK Darude, but once again he EQs out. Now, will the Yasuo go for another tower dive? Will Overton go for it all? Nah. More conservative, knowing that his flash is down and his opponent's flash is down. But there comes the TP. Everybody's breaking out in the fight in the bot lane. Let's see where the kills go. Twitch getting his first one. It's 2 coming through against the Elise as well. He's still able to find his way out, but Yasuo trying to come in to clean up everybody. There's 1 going down, but Anivia right on his back. The Thresh just grabbed. There he goes. Finally out of there. Every Thresh's nightmare when the Yasuo is not clicking on the lantern.
Yeah, that's a poor trade overall coming in from BSU. They picked a fight in which they shouldn't have done. They should have just backed off from the Dragon, reset into the fight, and then come back again. But unfortunately, now they give up at least a minimum of 3 kills there, in which they should not have done whatsoever. Now, yes, they trade with the same 3 kills as well, but again, you don't need to be doing these leads. You don't need to be taking these trades back and forth when you can easily just stake your lead and do the resets and come back stronger than the other team. If you give them any much more gold, they can come back as well with the same amount.
But slowly and surely, Anivia is coming online. Now she has taken the gold lead over her lane opponent in Twisted Fate. and Anivia can become a terror at stalling out these games. Waiting for the moment when Twitch will be able to get that one good Leona ult into the Anivia wall and just blast all of Ball State down.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see
was
right
a
now.
definite smart play from there. Ooh.
Flash immediately used right as it comes up. Yeah, this is a much better Yasuo. I like 1v1 Yasuo more than 2v2 or 2v1 Yasuo.
Yeah, they're just setting it up in general where it's like Yasuo is able to pressure, he's not having to worry about getting CC'd down too much, and especially because Diana, again, I don't know why they're really picking it here, it has not been super useful. You're not having an early game present. Your late game is going to be there, sure, but you have to get to that point. And even then, it's not even possible that you're going to be able to survive with so little HP in the
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to say, but I do like this composition from IUK. They've shown a lot more life in the first 13 minutes of this game. Still no towers having gone down for either team, although top lane looking real flimsy.
Yeah, it's just hard for this Jarvan to be able to do anything when he's basically just been left on an island by himself. Elise has come, once, twice, basically, as well as TF coming too. It's just hard for to Jarvan to really do anything, especially when he's going just this full tank Jarvan too.
Yeah.
Would have been better if you're going like Maokai or something that's going to be able to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, and
Yasuo's
down a
just
full
saying,
1,000
"I
gold.
don't care."
Overton does not care about Darude. Let's see if he goes in on him now that he's taking his tower.
Any Yasuo player sees someone that low, they're gonna go.
All right, but he held on to his ult for so long, and that's a return kill from Darude, but bot lane goes down as well. Everything's going crazy, but Twitch, oh wow, he still is able to find that Elise before the fourth shot can come through. It's now being turned on Leona as Draher and God Save try to clean up this fight with a double kill.
Again, these are getting really sloppy fights by BSU. IUK was responding very well in a way, basically, that they're getting kills here, they're getting kills there. I don't think that is enough to really help them out with a lead, but these are just kills that should not be going over to IUK's composition in general.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that Overton baited himself hardcore top lane. He held onto his ult, didn't actually play conservatively at all, and then a simple Diana walking up slowly, sucking you in, and then the combo was just too much damage, even when they're so far behind. That being said, he is still up a ridiculous 1,100 gold over Jarvan.
Yeah, it's still, again, as we said, it's great that these kills are going over to IUK. How much of a difference that they're going to be able to make, though, is probably very little to none if they don't gather around, they group up, they start looking for these picks themselves. If they just spend all this time responding, they're not going to be able to do
here we go in the TF. There's the stun going through the J4, and we've seen this over and over again as the CC train comes through. Everybody doing their part, and by the time the first CC train is done, they just all have their cooldowns back, and they started up again. Oh, wow. Not knowing where the rest of the, not knowing where the rest of the team was. Yeah, this is now just the pick comp of Ball State. Overwhelming. Oh, wow, what a hook from Draher! And he's bringing in the whole team to go for this fight. Here comes TF on the back line. He's getting sprayed and prayed down by this Twitch. He's having none of it. That might be two, as Yasuo not able to windwall his way out of this one. Going a little bit too far with that hook. The team did not have everything they needed, but they still got the turret.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wrong person clicked that wrong lantern there. It should not have been God Saved whatsoever. It should have been someone like the Elise or the Yasuo, but instead, Jin's coming into the fight, and that's just not what you want.
Wait a minute, Jin, you were supposed to be taking the turret. Get back over there.
Ooh.
I don't think they know what they're biting off right now. They don't know their Twitch is there at all. And he's coming through. He gets this low on Thresh, but slowed himself right in return. Easy kill, but the turnaround right back. Elise chose not to back herself. Now it is an incredibly fed BSU, but still in a really bad position. There goes Jin. Down to Zestain and Overton, now locked, trying to find his way out of this fight. The flash is coming through, the stun's coming through, and there's the Cataclysm as Darude finally meets his match in overtime.
And again, we're seeing this constantly over and over again. They have these long extended fights. They're not respecting. They're not backing the place they need to be. And they end up losing, and they get Twitch out of it, but they get nothing. They lose 3 people over that. Thresh goes down. Jhin goes down. Yasuo goes down. And Elise is sitting at a 4th HP and waiting for Nivea to say, please EQ combo me because I am going to die soon.
And they're thinking to themselves, we beat this team in like 19 minutes. Why aren't we done yet? We should be at inhibs at this point.
Yep,
The
it's
blood
now
moon
17
composition.
minutes in. Ooh.
Yeah, the
I
blood
don't
moon.
believe she got the Q off there that first time.
Yeah, the blood moon composition is great in the first engage, but if they overstay, they are so vulnerable. Ooh, pseudo. IUK combo. Wow, he just got spotted a little bit, but he doesn't get chased down. He manages to make it out, but a hook finally comes through. There's Jhin looking for that last bit of CC. There's the W, and it connects. Oh, wow, a canceled auto. He didn't know he had it. What
a
an
crazy
escape.
way that this game is going out to be. I think it's very possible they might be able to climb their way back from Kokomo, and we might be going to a game 3. It's very honest.
That's possible, but now we've got to rely on another throw from this Yasuo, who, after so much dominance, has given up 4 kills. There's the
He's
team,
going for
though.
this long fight, and there's a re back onto it, and then there's going to be a Thresh into the
Yeah,
hook.
where's the knockup? He's just looking for an ult, but he just is getting CC'd. Finally decides, let's just go on this Leona, as Elise goes and cleans up Darude. Spartan and Overton easily taking down Ragnarok. Zestain, the last one standing.
These are getting to be explosive fights. Let me tell you what, we have one person over on this side, we have another 3 people on this side, responds back and forth, and we're going to a long game with 27 kills in total between both teams.
To be honest, I could see this game ending in 5 minutes, I could see it ending in 20 minutes. It's either going to be just a clash of dumb picks, or it's going to be one team utterly wiping the other, and then just getting way, way, way too much to ever return.
Oh, Jack, you don't understand though, why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos? Grab the lantern! He does it! Wow, this is a Yasuo I want in my solo queue games, grabbing every single lantern that Draher puts out when he's trying to escape from those sticky situations.
Now, Jack, you are saying that because you are, in and of itself, a support main, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, and I do not play Thresh in solo queue.
Oof. And I can see exactly why.
It's very tilting. I'm not good enough, and I don't like it when people don't grab the lantern. I prefer champions where it's very obvious what you need to do.
Yeah.
And your teammate doesn't have a choice when they're being saved, like Tom Kench. Like, there's no clicking the lantern with Tom Kench. It's get in my mouth, we're going.
Yep. And you just somewhat are by it, basically, and you're just going to go on a ride to your life. You don't know if it's going to go to death or life, though.
I actually feel like BSU would be winning a lot harder if they cracked open this mid lane, and that's exactly the plan right here, as Chemicals immediately egged Draher, tanking so many turret shots, though. A little bit too much is now Darude coming in with a counterattack, and Leona on his tail as well. It's the Diana cleanup crew led by Zestain and Darude, and they turn it around, that egged bait.
Yeah, it seems that BSU does not have enough damage yet, as Rod of Aegis and the 2 item Jhin is coming across, but they don't happen to have much else coming through. Their main source of damage is honestly going to be coming in from the Elise, and they just don't have the overall guts, it seems, to kill this Anivia by the time the egg comes back up.
Yeah, they ran out of damage under tower. They told the Thresh, keep tanking, we can do it. And it ends up costing them everything.
Yeah, and you can see that BSU's vision is it's getting slowly and slowly. It used to be so well that they had everywhere warded, but obviously now with these 2 pinks set up by IUK, they're basically closing in and saying, no, BSU, if you're going to try to fight us, we're going to try to fight you back and surprise you, as the Diana did come in from the side, and then also came the Jarvan, and then the Leona on top of that.
Yeah, you can definitely say that the BSU vision is very rough, with roughly 4 wards on the map versus the, like, 6 of IUK. And if you're a pick comp and you don't have a vision advantage, what are you doing? Yeah.
Go back.
Run it back. Hey, but
Run
they
back
could just they're running that play again. Yeah, the wind wall is gonna protect them. Overton taking the damage that they need to finally break open that turret and hopefully turn that into a vision advantage.
Well, Jack, we have a 3K gold lead coming in from BSU. We have a little bit of more kills going in from BSU, and we have 4 towers going in ahead for BSU. But do you think BSU is going to win this game or not?
I am eternally the cynic. Trust the statistics. I think BSU is going to win. However, even the most cynical person has to look at that Twitch and say, what if? They have to look at an Anivia and say, what if? They have now pulled off the light wombo combo so many times that I'm actually a little scared if I'm BSU.
Yeah. And with that as well, BSU has no major front lines. They have an off tank coming in from Yasuo. They have an off tank coming in from Elise. They have a little bit of a healthy, kind of somewhat tank coming in from Thresh. But even then, we can see that, you know, with a Rod of Ages, TF already has more health and probably more resistances than anything.
Yeah, and IUK has figured that out, and they're going right in. That's 3 of them, and Twitch is gonna open up on Ball State. Trucido deletes the team as Spartan fights off this jungler, but it's trying to be a Yasuo 1v5, question mark, question mark, question mark. Spartan and Draher able to walk away.
And that's almost a clean ace coming in from IUK, honestly.
Yeah, and that is exactly what we were talking about with no frontline. It's like everybody came to that realization at the same time. They're like, wait a minute. They can't just stop us from walking in. Maybe one of us dies, but Twitch cleans up. Oh wow, that hook actually was incredible, but obviously there's no follow-up, and Draher might have been spelling his own doom staying so long.
And not only that, but he also brought in the doom of Spartan as well, as he goes down 2.
Yeah, that is a triple kill going over to Chemicals. This Anivia is more than online. This Anivia is destroying. With 10,000 gold, the first person to thresh that number in the game, and a full 2,500 gold lead. Actually, almost 3,000 over Twisted Fate.
Yeah, it's crazy coming in because, again, we saw that the TF ults were just not going the places that they wanted or needed to be going. They were coming into different ideas and different sorts of overall advantages in which they shouldn't have been doing in the first place. They, you know, TP top lane, they didn't get a kill. He TP's bot lane, he dies himself. I think that this a lot is going for the mid because we see that going from a pressure and a nice good Azir mid basically where you can do a lot of damage or at least have a good amount of priority basically to go into TF where you're not able to use your ultimates effectively. It's showing a major difference in this game, and Chemicals is just going to be able to last a lot longer in these fights with all of the CC that she provides.
Hey, they're actually... I got excited for a second there. I thought that Ball State was actually trying to set up a pick, but when the moment came, they're too scared of the all-in. They're too scared of an invisible Twitch who they don't have vision of. The PTSD from that wombo combo is going to haunt them the rest of this game.
Yeah, they're very confused about what exactly they should be doing next, and if their main person...
Oh my god, that damn
is
hit.
already down so much! And
Oh, but that might have been a misplay by the Anivia! Alright, once again, is this egg going to be the bait? No, this is a bad egg. Chemicals getting a little bit too excited himself.
Yeah, that looked like it was a little too much hard-boiled for, you know, with meat if it was overcooked a little bit longer, but they go in, try and...
Whoa, that damage from Jarvan. He did go in a little bit too far, but he makes it out. Darude has to wait a little bit longer for Ladbach, but he kills himself in order to get the kill on Jarvan. A spray and pray from IUK Trucido as the last man standing Spartan once again is cut down by his fellow jungler, Zestain.
Yeah, I think BSU just needs to press the reset coming in here, honestly. They were looking so strong and so well, and they ban away 2 people and take away the Jarvan coming in from BSU, and it looks like BSU just crumbles because the Elise did not have that great game coming in. We have not seen a good Yasuo overall playing, basically, other than the triple kill that he got bot lane.
I've got balls of steel.
And again, if you just keep giving, sooner or later they're going to strike back. And now IUK has a 3K gold lead sitting over on a 3-dragon BSU.
Yeah, this is... I think that this game's major problems have been from Ladbach in the mid lane and from Overton at top. Overton's TPs and Lodbach's TF ults have not been there. We haven't seen a meaningful TF ult in probably 10 minutes. And you just can't have, if you're going to run this Blood Moon comp, it's a pick comp. That's the way the moon goes. And they're not playing it like a pick comp. They don't have the vision they need to set up these traps. They are utterly terrified of the Jarvan and Twitch combo, rather. They've got to be able to get those CC trains going again.
Yeah, and as a reminder, that was a 4v5 because the Nivea was down, and we see just the damage she's doing with that freshly finished Void Staff.
There we go. There's two pieces of the CC. The third one comes through as Jarvan tries to respond, but this is a Diana who might be dying. No! She actually gets a kill off, and here goes the Twitch. Wow, there was just way too much damage from IUK. God saved running for his goddamn life as the EQ finally might be able to finish him off. Darude just needs the E.
Just needs the E.
Planting his flag.
We're having a Jarvan ultimate straight onto people that are sitting in a Nivea ultimate as well. You're not going to be able to go away from these things. You have these pick comps. You're getting picked off yourself. It is not going whatsoever for Ball State's University's ideas, what they're going for. They're backing up. They're probably saying, wait, what was happening? What's going on? Where did we go wrong? And IUK is just taking advantage of that over and over again.
Who knew that picking a team comp based on skins may not lead to the best results when you give up counter picks?
What a surprise.
Alrighty. Yeah, now this is looking like a formality for IUK to bring it to Game 3. Will they throw as hard as Ball State did? Or will this be the two 0-0 teams simply trolling each other in alternating games?
Yeah, I think that this is a very confusing thing. First, they trolled us in Champ Select by taking forever in order to actually go through. Now they're trolling us now because they're just saying, well, this was 0-0, we're going to win in 19 minutes, and now we're back and we're at 28 minutes, and this is the most bloody game that I think that ASOL has seen overall.
It could be. I don't know. This... if it was going to happen, it was going to be this one.
Right, you are. As both of these teams, as a reminder to our viewers, are actually sitting at a completely winless streak for both of them.
Zero.
No wins whatsoever. And one of these guys is going to continue that streak, and one of these guys is not.
Yeah, let me put that up on stream for you. Zero.
Put up that.
Yeah, I put up in the upper left-hand corner if you guys want to know how many sets these teams have won. It's 0, but... Oh, wow, wait a minute. Yeah, that's another pick. It's just over and over.
And this is strange because, again, BSU had the vision of them. They knew that they were coming, and instead they're just not respecting this.
Hey, but I like this Overton in the bot lane, forcing a TP out. It actually gets stopped. Overton finally playing the Yasuo fantasy, but Elise goes down in exchange for stopping that TP. And now the second TP is going to be able to go through.
Stop this TP, though.
Yeah, and now IUK turns to Baron.
Yeah, and this is a Jhin all by himself who may or may not be able to actually back and get a Yasuo with him. We'll see what exactly is going to happen, but
Sneaky
something
W
tells me that Jin's not going to be able to do it. Trying to go for something, but Twitch is on the backside.
There's the TP coming through. They're actually incredibly low, except for Twitch.
Wasting time.
Dare is not going to be able to complete that. Yeah, without the Anivia damage, without the initial health, that Baron attempt collapses, and Ball State University might not be able to turn this around. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a lot of damage coming through. That's a flash, a respect flash, when he's not even at half health.
A flash for a third of his health. That means that he was not paying attention to the health bars of his opponents, knowing that at least 3 of them had to back, if not 4. Oh, boy.
They're trying to set it for the Fnatic pushes. It's not going to go well, though.
Dude, they have vision where they need it to be.
Yeah, but I think IUK is going to be, for one reason or another, smart enough to not go there whatsoever.
Yeah, I think
they know that they're not doing Baron.
Yeah, because they have the ward on it. You can't do a Fnatic push if your opponents know where you're at.
Exactly, and they would have been better if they had gone into the actual pit itself and started to look like they were auto-attacking or something, but again, Smurf just keeps getting picked out whatsoever. It's not going in his favor.
Lodbach now going in on Suicido. Ragnarok with the enormous shield and so much movement speed as well. And then he
This is
just
a
turns
long
it right
extended
around. Look
fight.
at that
They're
ult.
coming.
Drawher trying to find his way out. He manages it, but that's Zestain on the
Down,
flank.
backside.
Oh, look at the backside of this fight as Jarvan finally makes his way in. It looks like Ball State played themselves here as Zestain cleans up Overton. He actually gets one kill through. Not bad from Yasuo, but it was way, way too late to save yourself
That's
there.
a 1 for 4, and the gold lead extends again to now 6k gold difference. And there's also going to be a dragon going in favor of IUK.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I agree. BSU is not fighting to what their comp needs to be. They can't make these picks. They can't kill even a jar. They can't even kill Twitch. They CC lock Twitch, and we just see the shield, the iron locket of the Iron Solari come through from Leona, and immediately just boom.
So
he's back to full.
So let's look at the reasons why they don't have the damage. So we have the pseudo tank on Elise. She has 2 AP items and then a tank item on the Dead Man's Plate.
But she has no penetration. That's where it's coming in. She has no Void Staff. She's not going for the Sorcerer's Suit. She still has boots and mobility this far late in the game.
And when you look at Anivia, on the other hand, you have Rod of Ages, you have Magic Merc Treads, you have the gigantic shield from the Archangel's Staff.
Well, the major thing coming in is she has Death Cap and she has a Void Staff.
Oh
That's
my
the major
god.
problem.
She's full build
That is
pretty
just-
much. She's 1 item short, and she might leave that slot open.
Yeah. And she's doing, again, it's these small things where you keep giving these small kills back and forth that BSU should not have been giving in the first place. I mean, she can sit there and have her ultimate off and have her ultimate, just there basically.
They don't know that they're sitting on a ward. Hey, here's something coming through, but
pick.
they
Maybe.
still don't have the damage.
Possibly.
They
Okay,
finally
so-
get something going here. That's now a advantage, but Diana catches 2. Just the cocoon coming through as Elise flashes into her own death. The redemption coming to save Zestine in the backline. We see the fight breaking out between Jarvan. Now Twitch trying to spray and pray his team to victory, but Thresh, one last hook. Not gonna be enough. Here comes Ladbach trying to run for his life.
Whew. I'm telling you, these are bloody games. That's 57 kills in total, back and forth between these two teams, and we go to now a 6 gold lead still, and there's gonna be a Baron coming down for IUK, they're gonna have a top lane shoving it and a mid or bot lane shoving.
Yeah, it is a bloody game, but after the redemption, almost all of IUK Komo had half health or more. There is no damage coming through from Ball State University. They could barely kill one Leona, and then having expended all of their cooldowns, they get engaged on and cleaned up promptly, and it was 4 for 1.
This is just very unfortunate coming in from BSU. They are probably thinking about themselves like, what was going wrong? What did I do differently? No idea.
You tell me that Blood Moon isn't OP?
I think the Blood Moon was fine. I think the execution was where it lacked.
Yeah, I think that they definitely did not press their advantage hard enough. They weren't able to set up picks around major objectives like Baron. They just kind of played free really. And by the time that they were very, very ahead, they were beginning to play sloppy and disrespectfully. And so IUK Komo said, hey, we have the fundamentally better comp. If you're not going to snowball on us, if you're not going to chokehold us with your pressure, we have better champions that are better at team fighting than you.
Yeah, and it's definitely shown because, again, IUK, from the last game, or sorry, the last pick and ban, banned away Thresh. And it definitely has shown a reason as to why they banned away Thresh. But now we can definitely see why they focused and banned those Dravens, the Caitlyn, the Xayah, the anything and everything that coming through from there. If I was BSU, I'd be looking over your pick and ban and just going, okay, what can we fix here? Because there was no reason to ban Xayah. There was no reason to go for this Jhin. There was no reason to go for TF. And there's no reason to go for Yasuo in any of these situations whatsoever. You're all in situational picks and bans, and it seems like they just got outdrafted, honestly.
Outdrafted, outplayed, outpicked, outvisioned, outsmarted. Everything's coming up by IUK Komo.
And outsmarted.
Yeah. But now they still have yet to crack the base. But it just seems so hard now.
Yeah, this is the point where you got to send Jarvan top lane or send him mid lane, basically. Start out that split push, since he does have TP. I don't know if he'd be able to fight the Yasuo, but it'd still be a better choice, and they instead go for Siege.
Yeah, and they're going for the all-in once again. Leona way deep, going in with the Jarvan. The Jarvan popped promptly, and so down, so goes the Diana. This is the best fight they've had yet, but it doesn't matter because Anivia and Twitch survived through it all. And that's all that, that IU needs. On the other side, Overton on Yasuo.
If I was BSU, I would be spam pinging question mark pings all over Yasuo at that second.
Yeah, I feel like that was a team call, but he wasn't actually able to push fast enough to counter that pressure in any meaningful way.
He TP'd, but the tower got down so fast that he wasn't able to TP it. That's why his TP's on cooldown.
Alright. Maybe fewer question marks then, but that's why you TP to minions.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. This is
We're gonna go with game 3?
This is Chemicals and Sudo, and it's the show that they wanted us to see.